Hi, it's Richard from Digital Media Edge, and I thought I'd do a quick video looking at fishing with a spear and not a net. Now, it's a terminology, if you're in B2B marketing and sales, you've probably come across a few times over the past 3 or 4 years, and it really is the difference between account-based marketing and inbound marketing. So we'll go through, in this video, I'll go through both approaches, and I'll explain why I think you need to embrace both types of marketing when you're looking at a B2B scenario, and how we do it with our clients as well. We'll share some of the ideas that we share with our clients to make sure that this helps you grow in a very predictable way. So let's look at inbound marketing to start with. So this would be your fishing with a net. So you need to fill that net, in our view. You have to fill that net with plenty of fish, plenty of prospects and leads first of all, getting those in your CRM and your database so that then you can start transitioning across to an account-based marketing approach of identifying who of those contacts are a good fit and who are a high profit account. So getting your target account list set up and having much more of a one-to-one approach. But let's start with this, the net fishing side. So fishing with a net isn't quite as general as it used to be, which used to be the old AIDA principle, the awareness, interest, desire and action. That used to be the old marketing principle for years and years, probably 40, 50 years. Now it's very much an inbound approach of understanding who the right people are and attracting them with the right content. So making sure that traffic that you're having come to your website either through social media, through organic search or paid search, all of that traffic is the right type of person from the right companies. So a broad fit of companies who would buy your product or could buy your product. Then you have to make sure that you've conversion optimized your website. So are you converting that traffic into leads in your CRM and database? And again, as a ballpark figure for you, you should be looking around 2% of your traffic to convert into leads of some description into your CRM. So have that as a benchmark for yourself, 2% of your traffic converted into leads, and then how do you engage with those leads? So once they're in your CRM, what's the process after that? Are they handed then over to sales, or are marketing still involved in sort of a sales enablement role where they're talking to each other? Is there alignment around that buyer? That's the key thing, because alignment's everything. That at the heart of it, we're aligning how we market and sell a product in B2B to how that buyer now researches and buys. So there's that type of alignment, but there's also the alignment of aligning all your different silos, your different teams within your business around that buyer as well. So making sure marketing are talking to sales, they're talking to operations, customer service are constantly feeding back to marketing and sales as well, just to make sure that the user experience, everything is very buyer centric, but there's real alignment throughout your company around that buyer as well. So this is really the process we're trying to get in place with inbound marketing. It's still a one-to-many approach. Attract the right traffic, convert them into leads once they're coming through the website, and then sales gets hold of them and leads them down the pipeline until they convert into a customer or close into a customer. And then customer service and sales then to delight them, and that's the key word here, is delighting that customer so they become an advocate for your business. So that's very much the fishing with a net approach. Inbound marketing suits that. That's why our first port of call with any client is to get their inbound marketing working for them, get the content correct, get their social media approach correct, all of that strategy that has to be built up in here, so the tactics that we're using are going to help them grow each of these stages. Once we've got that in place, and that's your general lead generation and customer acquisition, we then start using a lot of the data that this is producing. So by using platforms such as Terminus, as HubSpot, as Marketo, as Engagio, we can really start to understand the buyer, mature their buyer personas even more, and this can then lead to the more account-based marketing approach, which is then leading us up to this nearly one-to-one type of marketing that the spearfishing is referring to. So you filled your net with your fish and your leads, now you get your spear out and you start spearing those high value, high profit, good fit accounts that you know when we get those, and they'll probably be your top 10% of accounts in your industry. So in your vertical, in your sector, you'll know who these big fish are. You'll know who the whales are, the companies that if we land that account, that's going to be worth a lot of money to our business. So it's worth the effort, because the return on investment that you'll get from an account-based marketing approach will far outweigh this in the future. You can't ignore this though, because this is going to fuel that. So if you can get this working well, and you know this is working and there's revenue being generated, then you can start really focusing in on this as well, because it gives you greater data to understand who you're talking to. Okay, and then it's about account conversion, nurturing those accounts, identifying again the contacts within those companies, so your buyer personas are being matured even more. Who's the decision-making groups in these large companies, and how do we get in front of them on LinkedIn? How do we connect with them? How do we talk to them? What insights and content can we share with them? How are we monitoring them and tracking what they're talking about, the conversations they're having in their companies? Because again, the more we can ingrain ourselves in those companies, the more chance we have when they have a problem with your competitor, or if they're a client of your competitors and they start looking around, again, you're front of mind. You're the thought leader in their mind. You're the person who's held their hand. You're the authority and the person that they trust, so they'll come across to you. And that's then the account selection. So hopefully that was just a quick video looking at the two ways you can approach it. And as I say, I wouldn't forego one for the other, and certainly my focus would be getting this right first, because once that's right, that'll naturally, you'll transition across to that, and your sales team will get better and better at this, while this is still, your marketing team is still doing your general lead generation. Your lead generation machine is working really well, and then your account-based marketing kicks in then. So hopefully that was useful. If you've any questions at all, just send me an email, richard@digitalmediaedge.co.uk. I'll happily answer any questions. If you want to book a connect call with me for 15-20 minutes, talk through what you're looking to do with your business, I'm happy to do that. All right, take care, and I'll talk to you soon.